Hey there folks, and welcome back to the I Am CDB project. I'm your host CDB, you are not, and today we're going to do a shaving video with this Peter Charcalis shaving serum number 2. I did use this once on my head and it worked very well. This was sent to me by the inspector, David Fernicola, and Laura, his lovely fiance. They're getting married. He proposed to her over the Christmas holiday, and that is excellent. I'm very happy to hear it, so congratulations to Laura and the inspector, and thank you for this. It smells very good. Let me go ahead and wet the face, and then we'll rub some of this in and see how Peter Charcalis' shave serum works. Stay tuned. All right, so we're going to squirt a little in the hand here. I don't really know how much to use, so a couple of squirts there, and then we'll rub it in. It smells good, I can tell you that. It smells very good. And you can't really see much, so I guess it's not a lathering product. I don't think it's supposed to be, but we're going to see if that provides enough slickness to shave with. I'm going to be using my Timeless Bronze, which is one of my favorite razors. I really like it, with a crystal blade. So let's pull the mirror a little closer here and see how we do. Oh yeah, and that's gliding quite nicely there. I can't see a thing in terms of any sort of lather, but it seems to be doing just fine. Plenty of slickness there. Seems to be protective enough so far. So we'll see how we do with 3 passes of this. I'm not really feeling any pulling or tugging right there. I had a ingrown hair, which I got, I skipped a day or two. It's been very cold here shaving, which is rare for me to do. Over the holidays, towards the end, when I had to make a very long drive back, and the result was an ingrown hair. Normally that does not occur. I tell you, that stuff's pretty doggone slick, and it smells great. I'm not sure what this smells like. Sort of like a Creed, maybe. I'm not saying that it's inspired by Creed. I don't know what the scent profile is at all, but it smells good. That I can tell you. And just like that, that's done a pretty doggone good job, surprisingly. All right, let me rinse the face. We'll come back for pass 2. Stay tuned. I'm going to reapply a little more, just to squirt or 2. The one thing that I've noticed about this, which I think the inspector told me he was going to fix, is the lettering is coming off on the bottle with some moisture or water, so that will need to be remedied, and I'm sure Peter will work on that. Anyway, I was gone for the holidays down to Mississippi, where some of my family lives, my wife's family, and I had a nice time. I was gone, I don't know, 10 days or so. It was a nice, relaxing vacation, and certainly a respite from this freaking cold weather that we had here. I think Monday it was 0. Of course, there are folks who have it a lot worse, don't get me wrong, but I live in an old house, and the pipes in certain areas are prone to freezing, and that presents some major headaches. And so we've been having to deal with that, and that is no fun at all. In fact, we had a $700 bill from the plumber. I think it was Monday evening, which was not a great way to start the new year. But on the other hand, you know, I know people have it a lot worse, so I try to, you know, I'm fortunate enough to have a home, a wonderful family, a roof over my head. Yeah, sometimes things aren't ideal, you know, with an old house, but there are folks who have it a lot worse, for sure. In fact, there's a fellow on New Year's Eve here who froze to death out on his porch. I presume it was probably a homeless person, probably squatting on someone's porch. I don't know that to be a fact, but, you know, there are people who have it a lot worse, so I try not to complain too much, although I'll be honest, I do not like this cold weather. And there is no amount of money in which I could be paid to move further north. I'm below the Mason-Dixon line, and I don't ever intend to be above it for that reason, because of the weather. And I need to get further down, and I plan to. But my goodness, it is just really such a pain with this cold weather. And I hope everybody's staying warm and safe. Boy, this stuff has a lot of slickness to it. I mean, there's no visible lather, but it works really well. And it worked really well the first time on my head as well. So I'm not really surprised, because Peter Charkalis in his shaving shop usually puts out good stuff, and this appears to be yet another one. All right, let me rinse a little bit, and we'll come back and do a third pass. Stay tuned. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about this is the leathering's coming off onto my hands as I'm trying to spray it on, and that's less than ideal, to say the least. And you know, I call it, like I say, the lettering on there is crap. It's absolute garbage, and I'm sure Peter will handle that. And I can say that, and I'm not being offensive to Peter, because I assure you that he already knows about it and is already fixing it. But we call it like we see it, and even though Peter's my friend, I can say that, and with certainty the lettering on that is crap as it is right now. And that's not meant to be the least bit insulting to Peter. It just is what it is. Now the product, I'm liking it. Man, boy, that smells good. I'm gonna have to find out from Pete what scent that is. Really smells nice, and is a very good performer. So I know a lot of us like the lathering product. I certainly do. But if you were in a hurry, or for a head shaver or something, want to get a quick head shave, I think that stuff would work great. Or even young folks who maybe aren't into traditional shaving, and they value, you know, a quick shave a little more than those of us who were sort of into taking our time and enjoying the process. That'd probably be a very good product, and that might be part of Pete's angle, is to sort of stretch beyond just the shaving, traditional shaving folks, because there's only so many of us. And yes, it is growing, but there's really, I don't know at what rate it's growing, and I don't know if anybody could really make that number or quantify it. But you know, I do really appreciate the folks like Peter who are willing to sort of cut against the grain, so to speak, do something different, try something different, which this is. And I tell you what, I'm liking it. Apart from the lettering, it produces a nice shave. It is certainly plenty slick enough. That I can tell you for absolute certain. And I just keep going over these areas just to see, you know, how long I can. As long as I keep the razor wet and keep some moisture on there, it doesn't feel dry at all. There's a good sheen, almost like a slime. I hate to use the word slime because people are going to think it's nasty, but that's not what I mean. It's just a sheen of slickness that sort of coats your face or head or whatever it is. And it hangs there and has produced a really nice result that I'm quite happy with here. All right, excellent. Okay, let me rinse the face. We'll come back and do the post, because we have a little post shave number 2 serum, and we'll try that out. So stay tuned for that. All right, and here we are with the Magic Made by Witches, and I'm going to depart a little bit from the norm on this and only put a little bit of witch hazel there and on this spot here. I didn't have my witch hazel. I didn't take it with me during the holiday, and that spot has really flared up, that dry spot. This is medicated. It smells awful, and so I'm only putting it on those areas because I don't really like it on me. It's the only one I have down here. My cucumber is upstairs because the pipes were frozen down here, so I don't have my normal go-to cucumber. So I'm definitely departing from the norm on that count. This stuff is good if you have cuts or scrapes or something like that, or a really rough shave, but it smells awful. So I don't use it often, but it's the only thing I got, so I'll put it on those 2 spots. Now, let us try Ariana and Evans from the shaving shop. I think I've said Peter Charkalis. I think I've said the shaving shop. I haven't said A&E, Ariana and Evans, which is his brand, and I should have. You can see the lettering is coming off there too. That's no good at all. But let's see how it smells. Oh yeah, it smells nice. I'm not into balms a lot, so I don't know, how this will be for me. I think it would be very good if you have let's put it on there and see how it does. Feels nice, that I can tell you. I don't get the same smell that I got from the shave serum, and what's gonna happen with these, I'm gonna forget which is which because the lettering's almost completely off. But I will say, on a quality of shave basis, it has produced a very nice shave quite easily. So Peter, I'd say great job. Apart from the lettering, I really am impressed. And so if you want to check it out, you can go on over to the shaving shop or Google Ariana and Evans. It comes from a great guy. I can vouch for Peter on that. And thank you again, David, for Nicola and Laura for sending those. I really appreciate it. And thanks to you all for watching. I will be back, or I am back, I should say. I'll do a video or two a week or whenever it strikes my fancy. You guys stay warm. God bless. Until next time.